Good morning girls and welcome back to our today's maths class. We shall begin our today's class by discussing about the relationship between radius and diameter. So the picture that you see on your screen is that of a circle with the center O and diameter AB. Besides the picture are a bunch of questions, the answers of which will help you to understand the relation between radius and diameter for better. The first question is, which are the radii in the circle? On observation, we understand that segment OA and segment OB are the required radii in the circle. Question 2. How many radii make up the diameter AB? Observe the question carefully. How many radii do you think make up the diameter AB? It's radius OA and OB which together make the diameter AB. Question 3. If the length of one radius is 3 cm, what is the length of the diameter? Now, while getting the answer of the previous questions, you must have realized that 2 radii make up one diameter, which also means diameter is double the length of the radius. That is, diameter is equal to 2 multiplied by radius. So then, if the radius is 3 cm, what will the diameter be? The diameter will be 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6 cm. Question 4. How long is the diameter as compared to the radius? So how long is the diameter compared to the radius? The diameter is twice as long as compared to the radius. This leads us to our first conclusion that the diameter of a circle is twice the length of its radius. Now imagine if another diameter CD is drawn on the same circle. Will its length be the same as that of the diameter AB? So what do you think? It will be same or different? It will be same. This leads us to the second conclusion that all the diameters of a circle are of the same length. To understand the relation between the radius and diameter even better, let's have a look at this example where we measure the length of the radius and the diameter and check the similarities and differences between the two for ourselves. So the circles shown in the picture here are of a certain radius. We are expected to measure the radius and the diameter with the help of a scale. So in the first circle, the measure of the radius is 1 cm. And when we go ahead to measure the diameter, the length of the diameter is 2 cm. In the second figure, when you measure the radius of this circle with the help of a scale, we get the radius to be 2 cm and diameter to be 4 cm. Similarly, in the third figure, on using the scale for measurement, you will find the radius to be 3 cm and diameter to be 6 cm. From this we can see that every radius of a circle is half the length of its diameter. Based on this, let's try to solve problem set 29. Now before we begin with problem set 29, here are two important points we need to remember regarding the relationship between the radius and diameter. That is, radius is half of diameter and diameter is double the radius, which pretty much means radius is equal to diameter divided by 2 and diameter is equal to radius multiplied by 2. Question 1. If the radius of a circle is 5 cm, what will its diameter be? Now here, on the basis of the radius 5 cm, we have to find out the diameter. So we already know that diameter is equal to twice the radius. So 2 multiplied by 5, that is 10 centimeter. Therefore, the diameter of a circle with the radius 5 centimeter will be 10 centimeter. Question 2. If the diameter of a circle is 6 centimeter, what will its radius be? So, from the given diameter of 6 centimeter, we are expected to find the radius over here. So, we know that radius is twice the size of the diameter. So, diameter will be divided by 2 to get the radius. Okay. So, we will get the radius to be 3 centimeter. Therefore, the radius of the circle with the diameter 6 centimeter is 3 centimeter. The next subtopic we are going to talk about is the interior and the exterior of the circle. Now in the picture that is displayed on your screen, you can see number of points. Some within the area of the circle, some on the edge of the circle, and some outside the circle. So the points in the colored area within the circle are said to be the points in the interior of the circle. Points outside the circle are called points in the exterior of the circle, whereas points on the edge are called points on the circle. So on the basis of this information, let's try to segregate the several points you see in and around the circle. So which points do you see on the edge of the circle? We can see points like point N, point K, point L and point M on the edge of the circle. So we can categorize these points as points on the circle. Which points do you see in the exterior part of the circle? So points on the exterior of the circle are points like point A, point B, point C and point D. And then which are the points in the interior of this circle? Points like point P, point Q, point R and point T. So this was how we identify and note down the points on the circle, in the interior of the circle and on the exterior of the circle. Based on this, let's try to solve problem set 30. So, in the table given, you are expected to identify the points on the interior of the circle, in the exterior of the circle and points on the circle and write them down in the place allotted. When we observe the given diagram carefully, we can tell that the points on the interior of the circle are point Y, point R, point T and point X. The points on the exterior of the circle are point W, point M and point Z. And the points on the circle are point P and point N. That's it. Our table is complete. It's quite easy. I hope all of you understood it. Now let's move on to our next subtopic, that is the circumference of a circle. So what is circumference? In simple words, we can say that the circumference of the circle or perimeter of the circle is the measurement of the boundary of the circle. If we open a circle and make a straight line out of it, then its length is the circumference. The next part of the circle we are going to talk about is an arc of the circle. The picture that you see on your screen is that of a bangle which when broken at points A and B will split into two parts as shown in the picture. Each of these parts is called an arc of the circle. We can say that points A and B divide the circle into two parts, thus forming the two arcs of the circle. This means A and B have created two arcs and A and B are the end points of those two arcs. Now, if we have to name one of those two arcs or both the arcs, how will we name them? According to the information available, we will name them as arc AB. But then there is a difficulty involved here. From the name arc AB, we cannot specify which of the two arcs we are speaking of. So an additional point is taken on each arc. On this figure, let's take those points as point C and point D. These points are used to give each arc a 3-letter name. Thus, in the given figure, we can name these two arcs as arc ACB and arc ADB. Based on this, let's try to solve problem set 31. In the figure given, points S, L, M and N are on the circle. Answer the questions with the help of the diagram. Question 1. Write the names of the arcs with the endpoints S and M. So the arcs with endpoints S and M will be arc SLM and arc SNM. Question 2. Write the names of the arcs with the endpoints L and N. So, the names of the arcs with the endpoints L and N are arc LMN and arc LSN. In the next circle, you are provided with the points A, B, C and D. Making use of those points, you have to write down the number of arcs that can be formed in this circle. So the arcs that these points will give rise to will be arc ABC and arc ADC, arc DAB and arc DCB. Question 4. Measure and note down the circumference of different circular objects. Now, to measure the circumference of any given circular object, you have to take a circular object, for example a bowl, a bangle, a ball, etc. After that, wind a string once around the bowl and make a full circle around it. Then unwind this circle and straighten it out. Measure the straightened part with a ruler. The length thus obtained is the circumference of the circle or the given circular object. So following these steps, you are expected to measure and note down the circumference of circular objects. It will be always good if you use a measuring tape for the same. With this, we come to an end of today's discussion and this chapter. Hope this video was informative. Thank you for being attentive. Please keep practicing. God bless you all.